The Galactic Council chamber fell silent as Princess Verilyn of the Thyrasian Empire stood before the assembled delegates, her crystalline skin shimmering under the station's artificial lights. In her four-fingered hands, she held a holographic device that projected an image frozen in time. A human man, bloodied and broken, cradling two small Thyrasian children against his chest as flames consumed the wreckage around them. "This human," she began, her voice carrying the melodic resonance of her species, "died saving my younger siblings 15 years ago. For 60 Earth minutes, his heart did not beat. And yet, your physicians brought him back." The human ambassador shifted uncomfortably. No one had expected the Thyrasian princess to attend this session, much less to speak about that incident. 15 years earlier, Julian Matthews had been a cargo hauler, nothing more. He ran supplies between Earth's colonies and the outer stations, keeping his head down and his manifest clean. The war between the Thyrasian Empire and the Kreth Dominion was someone else's problem, until it wasn't. The distress beacon had come from a civilian transport, caught in crossfire near the Epsilon Relay. Julian's ship, the Scarlet Dawn, was the closest vessel. By the time he arrived, the transport was venting atmosphere, its hull split open like a gutted fish. "This is Captain Matthews of the Scarlet Dawn," he transmitted. "I'm reading life signs. Hang tight." His co-pilot, Scarlet Shun, had grabbed his arm. "Julian, that's a Thyrasian vessel. We dock with that. We're involved. The Kreth will. I know what they'll do," Julian had said quietly, already moving toward the airlock. "Plot us an exit vector. Fast one." Scarlet's dark eyes had flashed with frustration and fear, but she'd nodded. They'd been flying together for 3 years. She knew that tone. The transport's interior was a nightmare of twisted metal and flickering lights. Julian had found them in what remained of the passenger cabin. 2 Thyrasian children, no older than human toddlers, their caretakers dead around them. The girl child was unconscious, her brother screaming in their musical language, his crystalline skin cracked and bleeding amber fluid. "It's okay," Julian had said, knowing they couldn't understand. "I've got you." He'd almost made it back to the airlock when the Kreth fighters arrived. The explosion had torn through the transport's remaining structure. Julian remembered the feeling of weightlessness, of fire, of wrapping himself around the 2 small bodies as debris became shrapnel. He remembered thinking about Scarlet, hoping she'd gotten away. Then nothing. The human vessel escaped. Princess Verilyn continued in the council chamber. But Captain Matthews did not. "My siblings reached your ship in his arms. Medics say he was clinically dead for 60 minutes before they stabilized him." Another human, his co-pilot, refused to leave the system until he was revived. The Thyrasian princess's eyes, like faceted amethysts, swept across the chamber. "My siblings were 3 and 5 years old. They are alive today because a human cargo hauler chose to be involved in someone else's war." Julian Matthews stood in his kitchen on Earth, staring at the official-looking people on his doorstep with confusion. He was older now, the gray in his hair more pronounced, his left leg still carrying a slight limp from injuries that had never quite healed. "Captain Matthews," the woman in the diplomatic uniform said. "I'm Ambassador Chun. We have a situation." Julian blinked. "Chun?" Scarlet Chun. His former co-pilot smiled, though it didn't reach her eyes. "It's been a long time, Julian. I work for the diplomatic corps now, and we need to talk about something that happened 15 years ago." The something was waiting in his living room. Princess Verilyn of the Thyrasian Empire, flanked by 2 other Thyrasians whose crystalline features were hauntingly familiar. "You," Julian breathed. "The children." The male Thyrasian stepped forward, moving with the fluid grace of his species. "I am Prince Kael'van. This is my sister, Princess Mirieth. You saved our lives. The Galactic Council has formally recognized the debt our family owes you," Verilyn said. "In Thyrasian culture, such a debt, a life debt multiplied by royal blood, requires repayment." Julian shook his head. "I don't want payment. I did what anyone would." "No," Kael'van interrupted gently. "You did what a human would do. What we've learned humans always do, despite the cost." His cracked skin, healed now but still bearing faint scars, caught the light. "You were dead, Captain Matthews. For 60 minutes. Yet you held us even then." Mirieth stepped forward, producing a crystalline device. "Our empire wishes to establish formal relations with Earth. Not because of resources or strategic position, but because we have learned what humanity truly is. She activated the device, showing images of other incidents. Humans intervening in conflicts, humans sheltering refugees, humans choosing the hard right over the easy wrong. You're not warriors, Vera Lynn said softly. You're not conquerors. You're something the galaxy has rarely seen. A species that looks at strangers and sees family. Scarlet cleared her throat from the doorway. The Thyrasian Empire is offering a full alliance, Julian. Technology exchange, mutual defense, open borders. Because of what you did. Because they've spent 15 years studying humanity and realized we're all like you. Julian looked at the three Thyrasian royals, at Scarlet, at the documents being presented. I was just a cargo hauler. I'm still just. You were dead, Calvin said again, his voice carrying weight beyond his years. Your heart stopped for 60 minutes. But you never let go of us. That is not just anything, Captain Matthews. That is what makes humanity remarkable. Princess Vera Lynn smiled, an expression that didn't quite translate across species, but carried warmth nonetheless. My siblings and I were delivered to you once, in fire and chaos. Now we return, in peace and gratitude, to deliver something in return. The friendship of an empire, because one human proved that even death itself cannot stop your species from protecting those who need it. Julian sat down heavily, his leg aching as it always did. Scarlet moved to his side instinctively, the old partnership still there after all these years. 60 minutes, he said quietly. I don't even remember most of it. That's what makes it perfect, Scarlet said, her hand on his shoulder. You didn't do it for recognition. You did it because it was right. In the Galactic Council chambers, humanity's application for membership passed unanimously. In a modest house on Earth, a cargo hauler who'd been dead for an hour learned that sometimes the smallest actions echo across stars.